Hello students. So today we are going to start with a new chapter, that is chapter number 3, rational numbers. So before starting about these rational numbers, first let us try to know some numbers that we have learned in our lower classes, like natural number. What are these natural numbers? Natural numbers are those numbers that we can count, like 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. These are known as natural numbers, that means which we can count it. Next is whole number. Whole numbers, it starts from 0, right? 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Even numbers. Next is even number. Even numbers starts from 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and so on. And next that we have learned is odd numbers. That starts from 1, 3, 5, 7 and so on. We have learned about integers also. Which includes integers, it includes both plus sign and the minus sign. That means positive numbers and the negative numbers. That means minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 8, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But remember that 0 has neither positive nor negative value in it. Alright. Now, in this chapter we are going to learn about rational numbers. Now, what is this rational numbers? Rational numbers is of the form P by Q, where Q is not equal to 0. And P and Q are integers. Where Q is not equal to 0, that means this denominator, here P is numerator and Q is denominator. P is numerator and Q here it is the denominator. Now here Q is not equal to 0. That means the denominator, whatever is in the denominator's place, that it is not equal to 0. It should not be 0. And P and Q are integers. Now integers, as I have written here, minus and plus signs. That means both plus and minus sign can be included in these integers, which means that positive sign and the negative sign of the numbers are included in these integers. Now this P and Q, they are integers, which means that P can be any number from this one and Q can be any number, but it should not be 0. That means where Q is not equal to 0. Q, the value of this Q, it should not be 0. It can be any other number. It can be minus 5, it can be 2, it can be minus 8, it can be any value, but it should not be 0. That is the condition for a rational number. So what are rational numbers? Rational numbers is of the form that is P by Q, where Q is not equal to 0 and P and Q are integers. And P here denotes the numerator and Q here denotes the denominator. Now let us try to write some examples using this form, that is P by Q. So now P is any integer. So we can take any integer which has positive or negative value. So we can take here minus 6 by. Now here Q. What is the value of Q? Q is any integer. Q is also an integer, but the value of Q should not be equal to 0. It means that this equal sign, and when we are cancelling this, it is denoted as not equal to. Alright. Now where Q is not equal to 0, then downside, that is in the denominator's place, we cannot write 0 here. We can write any integer, but it should not be 0. So we can write here minus 3 also. Alright. So minus 6 by minus 3 is an rational number because it is of the form P by Q, where q is not equal to 0 and both p and q, that means the numerator and the denominator, they are integers. We can take any example now. If I say about this 2, whether this 2 is a rational number or not. Is it in the form of p by q? Yes, it is. Why? Because whenever any number is there, downside we can assume that 1 is there always. If we are saying about -5 also, then also we can assume that 1 is there in the denominator's place. So 2 is a rational number because it is of the form p by q, and this denominator, that is 1, it is not equal to 0. Here also -5 by 1. If it is said -5, then whether it is a rational or whether it is a rational number or not, we can know it by whether it is of the form p by q, and denominator, that is downside, denominator should not be equal to 0. It can be any integer rather than 0. That is about rational numbers. Now we will talk about positive and negative rational numbers. Now positive and negative rational numbers means the rational numbers which has plus sign in it, that means plus sign, that are known as positive integers. Alright, here -6 and by -3, we can cancel this minus sign. Now this -6 by -3, it will change into 6 by 3. So now here the sign here, it is both, it has plus sign, that means it is a positive integer. Now here 2 by 1, whether it is a positive rational number or negative rational number, positive rational number. Now whether it is 2, it is a positive or a negative rational number. Now here what is the sign of this 2? That means here no sign is there. If there is no sign, you can assume that there is plus sign. Alright. So here the sign of 2 is plus, that means positive, and the sign of 1 is also plus, that means positive. So it is also a positive rational number. Now here, next one here, -5 by 1. Here the sign of 5 is negative and the sign of 1 is positive. So now here we cannot cancel these signs because one is minus and one is plus. So minus sign is there, so it is a negative rational number. Now if I say you about this 0, whether this 0 is a rational number or not. Now 0, whether this 0 is a rational number or not. We can write, as I have said you here also, that is 2. We can write 1 downside, that is in the denominator's place. So here also we can write 1 in the denominator's place. Now whether this is a rational number or not. Yes, it is a rational number because it is of the form p by q. It is of the form p by q. P is here 0 and q is 1. The condition that we have written here, it is where q is not equal to 0. That means the denominator is not equal to 0. But the numerator can be 0. Alright. Numerator can be 0. It can be 0. But the condition, it is that denominator should not be 0. So here 0 it is in the numerator's place and 1 it is in the denominator's place. So we can say that 0 is a rational number. It is a rational number. So remember that what is rational number? Rational number is of the form p by q, where q is not equal to 0 and p and q are integers. That means it can have plus sign and minus sign also. Positive and negative also it can be. Now where p is the numerator and q is the denominator. That means in the denominator's place it should not be 0. It can be any other integers. That are the things that we are going to discuss about this rational numbers in our first exercise. So let us start with our exercise, that is 3.1. Now here exercise 3.1, question number 1, write down the following rational numbers as integers. Here some rational numbers are given there, and then we are asked to convert this one in the form of integers. Now we have learned about integers, that is, it can have positive and negative values in it, but it is not in the fractional form. It is not in the fractional form. Rational numbers, they are in the fractional form. So now it is given in the fractional form. So minus 4 by 1. Option number A, it is minus 4 by 1, which we can convert this one in the form of integers as minus 4. This denominator, we are just removing it, because as I have said you, minus 4 we can write it in the form of minus 4 by 1. Now option number B here, minus 13 by 1, which we can write it as minus 13 by 1 is equal to, we can write it as minus 13. Now option number E, you can see here, that is 12 by minus 1. Here it is given 12 by minus 1. This minus sign, we can take it to the numerator's place also. Alright, so we will take this minus sign in the numerator's place and we will write in this way. Now this minus 12 by 1, we can write it in the form of integers as minus 12. So in this way we can write a rational number in the form of integers. Now let me show you question number 2. Question number 2 here, identify the rational numbers from the given numbers. Here some numbers are given and we are asked to identify which are the numbers which are rational numbers. So here first one is option number A, minus 5 by 2. For rational numbers, as I have said you, it should be of the form P by Q, where Q, that is in the denominator's place, it should not be equal to 0. Here in the denominator's place it is 2. So it is a rational numbers and it is of the form P by Q. So we can write our answer, that is minus 5 by 2 is a rational number. Because it is of the form P by Q and Q is not equal to 0. Right? Now here option number C here I have taken, that is 0 by 5. In the denominator's place it is 5 and it is of the form P by Q. So we can say that 0 by 5 is a rational numbers, because in the denominator's place it is not 0. So we can write 0 by 5 is a rational number. Because 0 by 5 is of the form P by Q and Q is not equal to 0. Now here option number D is minus 1 by 0. Here in the denominator's place we can see that it is 0. So it is not a rational numbers, because in the denominator's place it is 0. So we can write our answer, that is minus 1 by 0 is not a rational number, because here the denominator is 0. So in this way you can write your answer. Now let me show you option number 3. Question number 3 here, write the numerator and denominator of the following rational numbers. Here some rational numbers are given and then we are asked to write the numerator and the denominator of that rational numbers. Minus 3 by 4. Here what is in the numerator's place? That is minus 3. So we write here numerator is equal to minus 3 and denominators, that is what is downside, that is the denominator. Denominator here it is equal to 4. Option number C here, minus 11 by minus 13. So here minus 11 by minus 13 Here in the numerator place, what is there? There is minus 11, and in the denominator's place it is minus 30. So we write numerator minus 11 and denominator here it is equal to minus 30. That is, whatever is above this line, above this divide symbol line, that will be known as numerator, and whatever is below that, that is denominator. Now let me show you question number 4. Now here question number 4, write the rational numbers minus 6 by 8, minus 7 by minus 8, minus 3 by 5, 7 by 14 and minus 9 by minus 17 with positive numerators. So here numerators should be positive. That means the numerators should contain plus sign in it. Alright. So minus 6 by 8. That one with positive numerator. How we can write? Whatever is in the numerator's place, that one should be positive. So it should be positive. So minus 6 we are converting it in the form of 6. And this minus sign we can write it in the denominator's place. That is minus 8. This minus sign we can write in the numerator's place also and in the denominator's place also. But here it is said about positive numerator. Numerator should be positive. So we have written this minus sign in the denominator's place. In the same way, minus 7 by minus 8. Minus 7 by minus 8. Here we can see that minus sign is both in the numerators and in the denominator's place also. So what we can do is we can cancel them. So it will be changed into 7 by 8. In the same way, minus 3 by 5. Here minus sign it is in the numerator's place. That one we will write in the denominator's place. So 3 we will write as it is, and this minus sign we will write in the denominator's place. That is minus 5. Now again next one is 7 by 14. Here we can see that both the signs they are plus. No sign is there, that means plus sign is there. So both it is plus, so we can write as it is because it is already positive numerator. Again minus 9 by minus 17. Minus 9 by minus 17. Here also we can cancel this minus sign and then it will be changed into 9 by 17. So in this way we can express the given rational numbers in the form of positive numerators. Now let me show you question number 5. Question number 5 here. Identify the negative rational numbers from the following. The negative rational numbers from the following. So negative means minus sign in it. So minus rational numbers. That means which has minus sign in it. So minus 6 by 12. Now here we can see that only one sign is there, that is minus here, and then the rational numbers which has only one minus sign in it, that is known as negative rational. I have already explained you. So here minus 6 by 12 it is a negative rational number. Why? Because here we can see only one minus sign in it. Now again option number B here, minus 9 by 7. So we can, here also we can see only one sign is there, that is minus. So it is also a negative rational numbers. Minus 9 by 7 is a negative rational number. Now here option number D, minus 2 by minus 9. Here minus 2 by minus 9. Here we can see that both the numerator and the denominator it has minus sign, that we can cancel it. Now if we are cancelling that one, it will be changed into 2 by 9. So we can write here, therefore 2 by 9, sorry, minus 2 by minus 9 is not a negative rational number. So that is the end of our exercise, that is exercise 3.1. Next exercise we'll discuss in our next video. Thank you so much.